Hello everyone, good morning to you all. Welcome to day 30 of 6 a.m. Club. I'm Dr. Arjun Bopanna. You're watching Mentors for IAS. How are you all doing? I hope all of you will have an awesome day today. Make sure you achieve that target. Have a very productive day. Give that test at 8 o'clock. Days, every day matters from now onwards. We have started the countdown. 155 days is left for UPSC Prelims. Make sure that you give your best every day, because every day counts. Lakhs of aspirants are giving this examination. If you have to clear this examination, you have to be consistent. Every day counts, guys. You know it, I know it, and it is important that you give your best every day. I tell you every day to give test at 8 o'clock. A lot of you are giving, that's good. But what do you do after you give the test? It's not just about marks. It's not just that you come and give the test and you're done for the day. The most important part that you have to do is analysis. After you give the test at 8 o'clock, it is very important that you analyze, what has gone wrong, what you need to do to correct it. If you don't do this, then the whole exercise of you giving the test at 8 o'clock is futile. You need to make sure that you look after the 7 things that you must do after you solve the question at 8 o'clock. See, now you will sit and study for about 8 to 10 hours. After that, you will give the test at 8 o'clock. After that, you have to spend about half an hour to 1 hour doing these 7 things. Okay, making sure that making sure that whatever effort you are putting in is in the right direction. So these 7 things is must that you have to do, so that you can learn from the MCQs. One, conceptual clarity. See, a lot of questions, when we frame the questions, a lot of new topics you will be exposed to. So make sure that you read the synopsis. If you have not understood the particular concept, or if you have not touched that particular topic, then when you read the concept, you will get clarity. When you read the synopsis, you will get clarity. So reading MCQs is also for learning. It's not just to evaluate yourself, but also it's a process of learning. So by doing the mistake, by not knowing something, and when you read the synopsis, your learning gets accelerated. So to get conceptual clarity, you need to read the synopsis. If you don't read the synopsis, then again, a lot of important points are left behind, because in the synopsis, we'll not only describe the correct points, but also the alternative options. The description of those alternative options also will be given. So you will get a lot of clarity when you compare these options from the right and wrong. You'll get a lot of clarity with respect to concepts. So make sure you read the synopsis, guys. Second, you'll also understand, you'll have to also start analyzing how UPSC frames the question, because most of our questions in MCQs are taken on the basis of UPSC pattern. So when you solve these MCQs, you should start focusing on how UPSC frames the question. So when you revise, when you read topics, when you read current affairs, you will get an idea as to what content you need to remember. Okay, so that is another important thing. Third is hidden truth in options. See, this is a very important trick that you have to know. Maybe if we need clarity, we will discuss it in some other video also. So what happens is, now UPSC has 4 options, right? So one of them will be correct, the other 3 will be incorrect. So now these other 3, or the options, 2 options, 3 options, or whatever sentences are there, now these sentences are incorrect. So that means somebody consciously should have made mistakes in those sentences. Let me again repeat. So you have sentences, some sentences are correct, some sentences are incorrect. The correct sentences are something about what has happened, whereas the incorrect ones are lies that do not exist. So the examiner must have lied or created that sentence. So when a person is creating those sentences, there are going to be errors, which you can identify if you know the right skill. Okay, so you have to start identifying certain hidden truth in those sentences to identify the incorrect options. So this is some skill which you have to develop. If you need more clarity, let me know in the comment section. I will do another video on that. Okay, hidden truth. So identifying these hidden keywords or mistakes that the examiner makes, many times you will be able to identify incorrect statement. Then also you should start understanding how your guessing pattern works. Sometimes when we guess, you make mistakes. Sometimes when you guess, you make correct, you make the right choice. You select the right choice. So there is a pattern that you can identify. So in sometimes when certain patterns will help you to get more correct answers, and some patterns will get you more wrong answers. So identify that pattern which works for you, and then you can use it in the actual exam. Then also you need to be focused on the traps that are there in the questions. So while reading, extreme words, okay, should be identified. So those are traps. So like that, there are several trap keywords. If you need more examples, etc., you let me know in the comment section. I'll do a video on that also. So there are various keywords that you can identify which are traps. So when you read them slowly, understand it through your skills, you can understand that yes, this statement is incorrect, etc. So make sure you start focusing on those traps. Then also time management, completing the MCQs within the allotted time is very important. So if you are facing challenge in that, how do you address that? All those, you try to work on those things. And lastly, what is your mental state? So how stressed you are when a particular topic is asked or a particular subject, what is your stress level? In another subject, your stress level will be different. Some subjects which are a favorite, your stress level will be less. So therefore, you will be able to get more correct answers. So identify which type of subject, which questions, which pattern, which sections make you feel, stressed. So then you can start focusing on those things. So these are the kind of evaluations that you have to do while you practice MCQs. If you don't do this, then the whole exercise of solving MCQs is futile. So remember, guys, it's not just to check your marks or your rank. It's also to analyze these things. Every day when you do this, every day when you practice MCQs from this particular point of view, then you will become better at solving MCQs, because as I always tell, solving MCQ is a skill, and by knowing the right strategy, you can get maximum right question and reduce the incorrect questions. Okay, so try this every time, every day when you solve MCQs, guys. So you should analyze it from these 7 points, from 7 angles. So therefore, every test you should make sure that you realize your conceptual mistakes, correct them. Your guesswork mistakes, you should identify. Reading mistakes that you are doing, you should identify. Technique mistakes, that is guesswork or trap words or hidden truth in options, all those techniques you should be able to identify. And also time pressure, you should be able to get to know your position. So when you do all of this, then it is worth solving MCQs. So you should remember that one MCQ solved with analysis is worth more than 50 solved without analysis. So simply solving MCQs, every day without analysis is of no use. Even if you solve 20, so that's why every day I give you 20 questions. That 20 questions you solve and analyze it every day. If you do this, then you will get the habit of getting the right question, and you will get the habit of the skills as to what you are supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. So do this, guys. So this is what you are supposed to do with respect to solving MCQs. Anything that you need with this, any help you need, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to do those videos, right? So with that, let's move on to today's topic. So make sure that you sit and study for another 8 hours. Focus on these targets and then try to finish them. Yes, so environment, we are discussing environment, we're studying environment, international and Indian wildlife conservation, various organizations, various legislatures and all of that. And also the species lists, endangered, endemic, all those things which are important from the exam point of view is what you have to cover today. Today's revision module is module 24. You can download it free from our website. If you need any good book for environment, you can download our material which has been updated recently. So make sure you can read them and revise them. If you don't have a standard book, if you have a standard book, stick to that, not an issue. In the comment section also, please let me know what are your problems. If you need any help, if you have any suggestions to improve our sessions, do let me know. I would be more than happy to incorporate that in our next videos, right? Also, as usual, get some, take some time for your mental health, physical, emotional health. You need to be healthy to perform at your 100%. Yes, with that, I'll end today's session. Make sure you give test at 8 o'clock. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, guys. I shall see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock again. Have a good day.